Hello guys, back with a video today. You've seen the last post I posted about a few days ago about that 3D printed RC body, and I finally had time to rebuild it. So I'll explain this in a second. And I did some more work to the truck, got some stuff working, and this is my new Toyota pinched body Tacoma build I'll be working on for the next. In March I'll be finishing this model. Okay, in the March break, I'm going to buy spray paint for this. I'll explain all my ideas for this truck, so let's get right into it. So first off, this is the truck. Originally it was the Blazer, and you know that it was originally the Blazer. It's just, a little different. Just slightly different. We have this on Cults 3D. There is a link for this. I'll put the link in the bio for this. This is a 3D printed smasher body from FMS mount. I super glued magnets to it because the idea here is that these magnets will go on top. I'll super glue bits on them. After this whole truck body is painted, it'll go right on top. As you can see, the motor sits in there. I have windows made already. I'll show these in a second. Give me a second. Get those in. And I will, again, want this kind of, when I super glued it, kind of went to one side. Like this. It'll sit overnight just like this with two magnets sitting on the top. I have a bunch of them, and they can go through the plastic. And that will kind of I'll set the super glue there and there. Put it again, two magnets there, and it'll hold it overnight. Wake up, and then eventually if I want to clip it off, just slide off the magnets on the top, which won't be there when I'm actually driving the car around. I can just go, come off. Remember, these magnets will be attached somewhere here, like, in that area. But not exactly there, but just in that general area, on the hood area, but underneath the hood. This is the Blazer. You've seen this already. No big deal. I swapped the shocks around. Fronts are max to the top. Rear are max to the bottom. It's because it looks squatted right now. It's kind of this squatted. This body kind of printed, first of all, lopsided. I super glued it wrong. The super glue really worked well, though. I super glued the whole thing. Last night I was touching around and working on this car, and I cracked the plastic here. So I let it sit overnight and it cured. That's why it's kind of nasty. I sanded some parts down. That's where the magnets will probably sit. So I want that nice surface to be nice and clean. But yeah, that's essentially the truck. I have some other stuff made for it. I have the bed cover. This will be spray painted black. The bed cover's here. This bed cover will be spray painted black. I have the grill here. I'm going to spray paint this black. Do the headlights white. I wonder if I have it over here. I might. Okay, whatever. Headlights white, blinkers yellow. You saw in the original post that I made. That'll go right here. So that's that and that. And then I did the back and front windows. So the color of the car will be navy blue, a deep navy blue. I want for this Toyota Tacoma 1994. I think it's based off a 1994 Tacoma, but it'll be navy blue with a black bed cover. I'll do a primer, a gray primer, navy blue spray paint, and then navy blue spray paint gloss, and then a clear coat gloss. I have the windows cut out here. This is the rear window. It says, sorry, no money for Endura. I'm going to spray paint a clear coat over this to protect the sticker. This goes in the back window of the truck. This is the front window. And these are the side windows. If I could find the other side window, that would be great. Oh, here it is. And these are the two side windows. They go inside, of course. So that's that exactly. That's how this will look. Ideally, this is what it's going to look like. I had to put the two magnets just as a thing. And I also had to squat it so that when it sits, it won't sit high up. Like, it won't... Okay, one sec. It won't sit like this when the magnets are on it. That's why I want the shocks to be as squatted in the front and as high in the back as possible in the rear, so that it makes it look as if it's straight, when in reality it's more like that. But no difference inside the internal components of the Blazer. It's not a Blazer anymore, though. That's the funny thing. The fender flares really worked out well. You can see like the wheel lines up exactly where the fender flare is. So I'm very proud of that. So I will put all the links in the bio. already ready to go and ready to print, just a GX file of the whole car. I split it into multiple pieces, so it's with no print, with no supports. just print it, glue it, and go. This is for an Fcx24. I'm running an Fcx24 from FMS, so that's why I kind of wanted to make this, because I wasn't going to buy an Fcx24, spend money on upgrades when I already have done upgrades on this. I've done a brass drive shaft, hardened steel, drive shaft, oil-filled shocks, and brass links. There's no point in me spending all the money and replacing it. I got silicone inserts, metal beadlock inserts, and then I got these new 62x22 tires. There's no point in me redoing a whole truck when I already have like 95% of the whole thing done. So it'll glue kind of like that overnight. It should sit pretty much straight. So yeah, last night I was working on the car and it cracked here. So let's see if it's healed. Hopefully it has. Let me move this out of the way for a second, just so I can get, a clear view at this car. That side looks good. Let me get zoomed in there. I think it's just tilting up a little bit. So overall, I think it's, stayed on pretty good. I'm going to do a primer, a gray primer, a glossy navy blue, and then a clear gloss over top of that. Okay, it jammed itself shut. That's pretty good. Yep, okay, it's good. So that's essentially the idea here. I'm going to turn the RC card just to show you guys. Unzoom this because it's stupidly zoomed in right now. I don't know if I don't need the flashlight on anymore. Okay. So with this Blazer body, sorry, not Blazer, this Tacoma, this pinch Toyota body, I think it'll look pretty good. As you can see, the tires are already kind of squishing themselves in. The car body is not super glued on or mounted on yet, so if it falls off, I don't really care. But ideally, that worked out pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, pretty good. Just mind you that this grill will be here as well, so yeah, that's gonna make it look good. Okay, perfecto. I'll put all the links in the bio to how to print this, how to get the Cults 3D model of the mounts. You would get both the front and the rear. I'm just gonna be using a front mount for this truck. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna super glue it. It's gonna sit here. Oh yeah, I'll also put a link in the bio for the sandpaper I just bought to sand this down. I'll also put a link in the bio for the 60 pieces of these magnets for $9. I think it was $9.99 for 60 of these guys, and they're really strong. They're insanely strong in my opinion. Especially for $9. I'm pretty proud of these. And then, one second, I just gotta get these through here. So that's how it's gonna glue. It's gonna glue here. The back is gonna be a little interesting to see how that manifolds and changes itself over time. But that's going to be glued on kind of like that. As you can see, if I'm pushing on one side and one side, they're not moving at all. Now if I left it like normally, this side would tilt. But if I squeeze it down and I'll put a magnet on top of this, I'm trying to tilt on each side. There's no really movement in play, which is pretty good, which means that if it dries, the shocks in the front do kind of sit themselves down a little bit. It'll look pretty good in my opinion. So this is the Tacoma project I've been working on, so I hope you guys like it. I'll do an update video when it's completed. I'll do a crawling video, and this will be my new crawler, because I don't really like the Blazer at all. It's too big, too clunky, and now this thing is my main one. Yeah, I'm going to get all the links done, and I'm going to figure out that next. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one, and peace.